You have the incoming wife. It was like, okay, yeah, people will say, oh yeah, you're the new shiny thing. It's like, you don't have to worry about this, but you have incoming wives to say, you know what? Yeah, I've never had the opportunity to have him as every time, regardless of even if it's his time with me, so to speak, his time with me, there's still another wife.
Warning, viewer discretion is advised. The content, views, and educational material you are about to experience could challenge your belief, trigger strong emotions, and frankly, piss you off. This isn't for everyone. If you're not ready to confront new ideas, or if your feelings bruise easily, this might be the time to click away. Expect to be challenged, to think, and you might even want to scream at the screen. Proceed with caution, and remember, you chose to be here. Let's get it.
I can understand pain. I can understand feeling abandoned. I can understand feeling betrayed, or whatever the other feelings that people put out there, that this is what it is, because those things have happened in my life. I've dealt with those things in my life. So understanding that is saying, you know what? I get that. I get that. I was watching a show, and two like coaches, two coaches, studio heads were locked in a room together, and their team ended up locking them in the room together. And they had this big old rivalry and all these different things like that. But then after talking to each other, being locked in that room together, they realized they had so much more in common than they thought. Not only did they have so much more in common, they were seeing the good, they were seeing all the lights and glitter and glamour of the other person, and not the struggle of the other person. And they were like, well, because they thought it was just me. Oh, I'm going through this and you're taking everything from me. And the other was like, okay, you have all of this and I have none of this. And, so sometimes it's like, okay, where's the gratitude for what you have? Because you're too busy comparing what we don't have or what we do have, or these different things like that. And I watched it, had nothing to do with polygyny. I was like, wow, this reminds me of polygyny when wives come together, when there's these things where it's like, okay, well, you came in and took everything, or it's like, oh, you had everything. And, I don't ever have to, you didn't ever have to share until now. Those different things, it's like, it's amazing that we don't see what each other is going through and the different issues at the beginning. Like later on, it started to, later on it happens if you are being intentional. Like before, I see as from my co-wife, like you were not, you never been a single mom. You've never been a single mom. You never gotten a divorce. It's like these different things. You have a husband that, takes care of you, that's there for you, these different things, and the children, and you get to be able to be mommy and, this type of thing. And then you have, other people that come in and it's like, okay, well, yeah, you just took it away. So I can understand where it's like, okay, I can understand the where that seems as though that's what a person is doing, because when you see what you see, and I'm not saying that that's what Coach Fatimah was seeing, I'm saying that that's what we've gotten in comments and different things like that. So when you see these things and you see the other person, you're like, well, you don't understand because you've never been through this thing. Coach Fatimah would say herself, she's like, wow, when I got to know her, when I started to talk to her and these different things, I saw that it was way more to her life and her life story than being this, Coach Nyla's other wife.
You're already on our channel and you see how we are empowering people when it comes to polygamy education. You may be wondering, what's the next step? Especially knowing that we are the authors of the book,
Let's Talk Polygamy Uncensored. If you want to get off the emotional roller coaster, whether it's jealousy, insecurity, frustration, anger, maybe even guilt in some cases, you're going to want to pick up this book.
Definitely wish I would have had this book back a while ago when we first embarked on polygyny. And you will learn a lot of things about minding your marriage and what that actually means. So you're not comparing your marriage to your co-wives or anybody else's for that matter.
If you've heard I'm not against polygamy. I just against when it's not done right. You want to learn how to do it right? This will teach you how to be more than twice the man you need to be to get it done. Let's talk polygamy.com. We look forward to shipping yours off to you.
And coming into polygyny type of thing. So, and that was the thing where I would see like, okay, you have all this, but then there's another thing. It's like, okay, well, you, what was that? I was thinking about, not being able, you have these different things, but then you have the incoming wife. It was like, okay, yeah, people will say, oh yeah, you're the new shiny thing. It's like, you don't have to worry about this, but you have incoming wives to say, you know what? I've never had the opportunity to have him as every time, regardless of even if it's his time with me, so to speak, his time with me, there's still another wife. There's still another wife. He has to make sure that she's taken care of. She's taken care of. She's thought about these different things like that. Would I ever think that Coach Nazir is not thinking about Coach Nyla because he's in my presence? That would be idiotic. That would be idiotic, and that would be so. For me, that's evil. Like, I don't like that. I think that you should think about your wife. You should wonder what she's doing. You should take care of her. You should find out, or anything, or you should be available. We say this, and he's talked about it too. He's our husband 100% of the time, even if we're not 100% with him, in whatever, physically with him. He's our husband 100% of the time. I don't care if it's 1 o'clock in the morning, 2 o'clock in the morning, 3 o'clock, rock. He's gonna be available, as long as, he's not asleep, but when he wake up, I don't know. I say he don't sleep, I don't know. It's very rare to see him sleeping, but those type of things, it's like being able to work together though as a family and see the family dynamic. That was my thing though. I've always seen the family dynamic. And that's what I like to teach women to understand, women who are in polygyny, women who are considering polygyny, is to understand that if you want to mind your marriage, I'm going to always go into the mind your marriage part, because when it comes to marrying someone and being married to a married man, or having a man who is married already, or I'll say like even with first wives, the language is like, okay, not just my husband married again. It's like, okay, all around the board is like, my husband has another wife. So whether it's first wife, whether it's second wife, whether it's third wife, it's like my husband has another wife.